Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Stevie channel. And the Proteas have just defeated Afghanistan by 103 runs. The perfect start to the IC Champions Trophy, and a bit of a statement win, really, from the Proteas. The main thing, obviously, apart from the result, is an all-round really, really strong performance with a lot of different people putting their hands up. And Rob Walls with a couple of big selection calls to make moving forward. But you couldn't have really asked for a better game, to be perfectly honest. It was a game where Afghanistan didn't really show as much a fight as we kind of expected. It's always a tricky game because it's a game you expect to win, but it's a game where if you're not at your best, Afghanistan can surprise you. They've got a bit of a habit in the last few years of creating upsets in IC tournaments. Getting to the semi-finals in the T20 World Cup last year, for example. However, I always say, the longer the format, the more I think, your class and your pedigree does show through. And I thought that was very much the case today. Before we sort of break down the game, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Ryan Rickleton, welcome to international cricket. His first ever ODI 100 and absolutely superb today. I expect him to get man of the match. 103 of 106 at the top of the order. He really did pave the way for the win. And it was interesting because the entire week we were talking about Proteas or Ryan Rickleton. Well, the injury to Heinrich Klaasen, hopefully nothing too serious, and we can see him back for Australia, meant that it was both Proteas as well as Ryan Rickleton up front, with Tim Mavuma coming in at 3. And I thought Proteas characteristically looked very good before tossing his wicket, you're going to be perfectly honest, with 11 off 11. And then a crucial partnership, which set up the rest of the innings. Tim Mavuma, 58 of 76, alongside Ryan Rickleton. I thought they were very, very good. I thought they rotated the strike nicely, didn't eat up too many dots. Tim Mavuma was looking to accelerate, to try and get that strike rate a bit further up. But and then perfect little cameos really from Rassie van der Dussen and Aiden Markham really coming good off towards the end. So 350s and 100, you can't really complain too much. David Miller looked like he was struggling a little bit, never really looked comfortable. Marco Janssen got a first baller, but Vian Mulder with a little cameo right towards the end. 315, the decent score, maybe a little bit short of what I thought we had hoped to try and get, given where we were at the sort of halfway mark. We had lots of wickets in hand and felt that it was one of those pitches where if you applied yourself and got yourself in, you could look to score runs. But in the end, far more than we really needed. And it was always important to start off well. And Lungi Ngidi got the early breakthrough and the big wicket of Ramanullah Gurbaz. And that was a huge breakthrough, to be honest. And then another quick wicket with Rabada, removing Ibrahim Zadran, who was being quite aggressive. And my favorite part about sort of all the wickets was Rabada looked really fired up. A couple of words to the batsman. You got launched overhead for 6 and had a word and basically sort of said, try again type of thing. Same thing as when Ibrahim ran down the pitch towards him in his first ball and then saw the middle stump cartwheeling and had a couple of comments. So when you see that sort of version of Rabada, he is so, so dangerous. He picked up 3, was the pick of the bowlers. Ungigidi ended up with 2, but was expensive, going at 7 and over. The most expensive after that was Kesha Marad at 4.6, which is all very, very tidy for his full 10 overs. Vian Mulder, very, very controlled. I think at one stage he had bowled about 4 or 5 overs for about 12 runs. He took 2 wickets, and he's becoming a really important bowler for South Africa. He's just so consistent, very controlled, ties up an end very nicely, and creates that pressure. Not necessarily the strike bowler that Marco Janssen at Rabada is, but creates that pressure, then play, and teams try to go after him because he's a little bit slower. And he picked up another good 2 wickets. So the big thing I think for me was the fielding also all around really good. The ground fielding was good, where Afghanistan I thought were really, really poor when it comes to the ground fielding. South Africa looked very polished. And that's probably the best way to describe the entire performance. It was polished. And that bodes well for us in the tournament because we have to be at our best throughout. This is not a tournament where you can afford to start slowly and catch up. It's not like a full World Cup where you've got that sort of time. You don't. That's one of our 3 group games done already. We take on Australia on Tuesday. Australia are taking on England tomorrow. So we've got an extra day to prepare. Hopefully also an extra day to get Heinrich Klaasen fit and back into the side. So very happy from my point of view. What did you think of the game? Let me know down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. And we'll see you guys all next time.